Hey everybody, just finishing some dinner, so happy Thursday evening. I'm gonna wait for my amazing friend, Christine, to jump on. And there she is. I'm gonna bring her on. All right, let's see if T cooperates. All right, I sent you the request to add you. Um, so again, everyone knows that I'm very passionate about LinkedIn and how it works.
Hey,
Hey,
am I in the right orientation?
yeah, you're
There we
good
go.
just like that. Perfect. You got
Okay.
it. Well, I always admire people with hair because I have none. So again, your hair is on point.
Thank
Um,
you.
so thank you so much. I know this was kind of short notice when we spoke the other day, and I'm just always of the opinion I do these interviews time to time um, because I speak to people all day long about LinkedIn and
Right.
just the the shift that I've been seeing over the last few years in network marketing, and this is something that you and I spoke about a few weeks ago um, about how we have to do more, and the basics of what we learn in the very beginning only get us so far.
That's
And
right.
we
Yeah.
and we were just talking about the comparisons of having a lot of product users, which is great, and having them enjoy the products, but the important thing about building a team. And I've had a couple viral posts go as well. But just to let people know that are jumping on, um, I
Scott,
assisted.
I don't mean to interrupt. How do I'm sorry, how do I share this link? Uh, did you send the link out so I could put it on my personal page? There were some folks who wanted to take a look.
Well, I tagged you, so it's going to appear on your personal timeline.
Okay, great. Awesome. Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah, so you can see a lot of people like Mark Edwards is here. There's Nicole.
Oh, hey, Mark.
Renee Wartzman is here. So there's a bunch of people jumping on.
Okay,
Um,
awesome.
so the big thing is this. Um, you know, there's different ways to build a network marketing business, and I feel like the opportunity that obviously we're provided with. There's a lot of talk about products and everything else. Hey, Nicole. Um, but I don't feel there's enough talk about building teams and the way to do that. So when you and I spoke, and just to let everybody know, um, Christine and I have been working on some LinkedIn stuff, and um, I, obviously taught her and showed her some things to do posting wise. And she actually had one of the most incredible posts I've seen. Um, Her post was viewed almost 500,000 times and growing. Um, it got over, did it get over 700 or 800 likes? Is that what I saw too?
It got about 1,800 likes, almost 2,000, and I got over 300 comments, direct comments.
And that led to about 40 phone calls already being
Yeah.
set up. And that's just off of one post. And, I looked at some of your other content. It's gotten 50, 60 likes, which is really good just for some general inspiration. So, first, share with people um, where you were before we spoke a few weeks ago and some of the frustrations that you were having in your journey. And what has transpired in the last few weeks? I mean, I know you enrolled 3 people recently, which is phenomenal because I know there was a little bit of a drought going on.
Yeah.
So just share with the audience about where your business was and what you were frustrated with. And then we spoke, I kind of lit a fire, showed you some things, and where have things gone since?
Okay. Um, well, let's see. We talked right before Christmas, and I was frustrated because I had been following all of the rules that my business team was teaching me in terms of how to maximize the effect of social media. And I had never considered LinkedIn. I mean, I almost in the realm of not thinking about it as social media, just because I had only thought about it as a professional resource, which is I mean, that should be an easy leap to make, right? It's a professional resource and you're trying to
Right.
build a business. But I thought about it in terms of my old profession, which was being a doctor. And I did not think about it in terms of even being a chef, which I am now, or in terms of network marketing. So I was very well schooled in Facebook, not so much Instagram, but Facebook is traditionally the model that's taught for how to reach people. And I guess I didn't understand. I mean, you don't know what you don't know. So I didn't understand that Facebook, using Facebook for marketing purposes is really more about, like you've said, and you've taught me, attraction marketing, and that you're using it to attract people either to your product that you're, or you know, like I have a cookbook coming out. Of course, I'm going to reach out to my following on cookbook on Facebook. Um, and but it's, you know, you talk about products more, or you talk about lifestyle change, but where do you go to talk about business opportunities? How do you talk about business opportunities, and what's the appropriate market for that? And I had never thought about LinkedIn, and just from the one conversation that you and I had before the holidays, I felt a little overwhelmed at first because I hadn't used LinkedIn for so long, and so I was worried about how do I post on LinkedIn? What do you make it about? Um, how do I guess the word is brand myself differently to attract a following, or to attract people to an opportunity without having it be about the things I'm used to posting about. And that was the hurdle. So I had a few, I guess I floated a few test balloons on LinkedIn and tried to get myself comfortable with using it again. And wow, it's changed a lot, number one. But also I had to, I just see what worked for me and how comfortable I felt. And honestly, it took a few weeks for me to get comfortable with it, but now I feel pretty good about it. And I cannot believe the
Just,
response.
yeah, just to chime in really quickly, it's interesting that you say that because there's a couple things that I hear from people when I talk to them. I'm like, you know, are you using LinkedIn? And they're like, always like, I have a profile, but there's always a but, which
Yeah,
means they're
yeah,
using it. So what I've learned is people only will do what they're taught. That's number one. Number two is it's uncomfortable because it's not being taught. And
hmm,
people seem to forget that when you first start network marketing, Facebook is uncomfortable, Instagram is uncomfortable, going to events is uncomfortable. Like all those things that were once uncomfortable are now comfortable again, because
yes,
anything that's not familiar can become familiar. And, you know, you made a good point about the whole attraction marketing thing. And I have a simple theory and a simple system. And what I teach each person that I work with LinkedIn or in building their network marketing business, instead of focusing on the quantity, focus on the quality. And this was,
right.
I was talking about this with one of my other clients, and I said, just focus on having one new business builder a month. That's it. Don't
Yeah.
don't focus on having 10 enrollments in 1 month. It's great for the PIBs, but you want to build consistency in your business. So focus over the next year, every single month, just enrolling one new business builder. And I'm using this as an example. Um, you enroll one new business builder a month, 12 for the year. And that's not even talking about the spattering of the people that are going to be coming in for the products and then may come into the business later. But think about this. 6 people do what they do. 50% of people go away. They go into witness protection. You never hear from them again. And then you have 6 people building with you. And I always say to people, how would it feel and what would your business look like if you had 6 business-minded people building a business with you? And they always say it would feel amazing. And the
Right.
fact of the matter is, you and I talked about age demographic, income, and the
Absolutely, yeah.
network that you can grow. And for people that don't know this, Instagram and Facebook have the same demographic and age and income. 18 to 29 years old, under
Right.
$30,000 a year, and you're only allowed 5,000 friends. And then when I expressed to you about LinkedIn, 30,000 friends, $100,000 a year, 35 to 55 age demographic, you're like, that makes sense. That's me. So,
Yep.
so share with the audience from a feeling standpoint, what it feels like now to have this whole other social media platform working for you for conversations, for connections, for brand awareness, compared to what everybody else does? Because here's the thing, that what drives me crazy is that every single person on Facebook is using it the same exact way. There is no authenticity. There is no branding at all. It's basically sharing and copying and doing the same thing that every person is doing. So how has this helped you?
Um, I really feel comfortable with the people who, I mean, for the most part, every person who's reached out to me is truly sincere about why they're reaching out to me. Yeah, there's a few accounts that don't make sense to me, and just like anywhere, you have to sift through them. But um, every person who's talked to me, and whether it's turned into an opportunity for me or an opportunity for a colleague, like I was able to connect a few people who I connected with to people who do specifically career coaching or life coaching. Um, and that counts for me as having been able to help someone. I mean, that's really why I got into being a doctor, why I like being a chef. There's a great reward that comes from helping people, and it's not necessarily always, it's not tangible. Um, and I guess you're right about Facebook and Instagram. So much of it is a Me Too, or it's copying a model of how to reach people, and you lose your. I love the phrase, your vibe attracts your tribe, right? But you lose your vibe when everybody else is doing it.
Right.
And that's what I really learned from this, is that, that post that has the 500,000 hits was completely authentic. It was me being really unguarded in a moment where I kind of woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, I should have started doing this program um, a few years ago. Why did I avoid it? I avoided it because inspirational posts used to bother me. They pissed me off a little bit because I wasn't necessarily in the right frame of mind
Yeah.
to be open to them. And so that's what I posted about. And I thought, oh man, I don't know if LinkedIn is the right place for this, but if it's not the right place for it, I guess I'll find out. And that's what I posted about. I said, if you scroll past this because it bothers you, because you have ever had this experience, who's had this experience? If you've had it, I get it. I've been there. If you are reading this and you want to make a change, contact me. And I just it was really short. I put a few hashtags, and I put a picture of me. And LinkedIn is a place to, I think, resist using transformation photos. But if I used my own, which was, and it very simply captioned me at 44, unhappy, miserable as a doctor, and me at 50, happy as a chef. And I didn't expect anybody to care about it. And wow, it's amazing to me how many people, I guess, responded to the honesty in it. And that's what it's taught me, how to really be honest in my posts.
Well, it's being authentic and being real, but the other big thing is this. I was speaking to you about something called the law of conversation, which is, it's the law that every network marketer should live by, because any successful network marketer that is at the top has had 10 to 15,000 conversations. And when I break down the fact that you're only allowed 5,000 friends on Facebook, and if you're on there for network marketing purposes, 60 to 75% of your network is people in your opportunity, you have a pool of just maybe 1,000 people to talk to. But again, it's all about the products.
Right,
And when I
right.
said that, when you're allowed to have 30,000 connections, like, I want
Yeah.
everyone to understand this. You're allowed 30,000 connections on LinkedIn. I mean, and not just locally. What people forget, and what I told you, is that you can
Yeah.
search by city, you can search by state, you can search by province, you can search by country. So for people wanting to
Right.
build a global business, you can build connections globally on there. So talk about that for a second. How does it
Oh, wow.
feel?
That's amazing. To me, I talked to somebody today from the Ukraine. I talked to somebody from the UK. I'm scheduled to do a podcast in June with a surgeon from the UK who invited me to get on to talk about career changes and having a second life as a surgeon, having a second opportunity. The
So
guy
this
from the
turned
Ukraine,
into something much bigger than,
way
obviously.
bigger. Yeah,
So
way bigger. I mean,
so
because I actually am getting to use my former career in ways that I could never have anticipated. Never. And I did it purely. I got on and made these connections thinking about network marketing, and it's turned into, wow, there's so many other opportunities for me out there that are actually coming to me. They're coming to me. I'm not looking for them. I mean, I looked for them, but
so,
I'm not trying to crack a code.
so for someone that's stuck, right?
Yeah.
Um, there's the retention isn't good in their downline. Um, they have people that are building, um, but they're not. I was talking to a woman tonight, and she made executive, which in our opportunity is the top rank.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, how many are left? And she said 5.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, of the 5, how many are playing at a 10? And she said
Mm-hmm.
0.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Yeah.
common because if you lead with the products and say, then, oh, by the way, there's a great opportunity here, energetically, you're putting into that person's mind that I guess Christine really isn't that serious about the business. She talked about the products first and waited a whole month to tell me about the business. But
Yeah.
if you reverse it, like I taught you to, and like how I
Right.
told you, that
Right.
you lead with the opportunity and then you close with the products, they're still coming in for the right reason with a product experience, but you're leading with the opportunity, which means they're saying yes to it, and they know that this opportunity begins with putting products in their body.
Right. Right.
So how does it feel now to be able to lead a conversation the way that a true network marketer should and not how an attraction marketer does?
It feels like I wouldn't say mastering yet, but I'm learning how to master something that's going to turn into much more than I think it would have if I stuck with just attraction marketing and only with products. I mean, you summarized it very eloquently. I think that my opportunities are much greater because it's not just about the what turns into a business opportunity for my own products or network marketing, but it turns into opportunities to connect with people about things that are bigger than I can imagine. That a week ago, before I talked to these two gentlemen today from different parts of the world, they were things that I wouldn't have been able to guess. And so my world has gotten a lot bigger in a very short amount of time.
And I think that that's so big in itself right there, um, because people they don't understand the opportunities that present themselves. I call it posting and praying, where
Yes, yes, yes,
people put up a transformation and then they're just like
yes. Yes, you're praying
waiting
to the gods. Yes.
waiting for someone to like drop down and say, hey Christine, I want to be that 2-star crystal something you keep talking about. What do I need to do? But I was speaking to Chris Harder about 3 weeks ago, and we were just kind of just doing some man talk, and he talked to me about up leveling yourself.
Yes, yes.
And what I really took away from the conversation is that when you up level yourself as a network marketer, meaning if you can up level your conversations, if you can start talking to people that are more in your age demographic, and even though our age demographic is on Facebook, most people, so here's the big thing about Facebook. What people don't realize is that most people are on Facebook to not do network marketing.
Right. Mm-hmm.
People are on Facebook to complain about their life, about
Yeah.
traffic, about the government, about the weather. That's what people typically go on Facebook for. We use it the way that we do, positive posts and all these things to educate because that's what we're being trained to do. But what I tell people to do is put yourself in the shoes of the non-network marketer.
Mm-hmm.
What would you want to see? People want to see your life, your food, your vacations, your kids. But then you
Right.
look at something like LinkedIn, which has been proven to be 277% more effective for lead generation than Facebook. Now, Christine, let me ask you this.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done a post on Facebook that has gotten over 1,800 likes and has led to 40 lead calls?
Never, no. And over a very long period of time. You know, this I've been on Facebook for years and network marketing on Facebook for over a year. And I was on LinkedIn for actively for 3 weeks.
So
And after 3 weeks and one post, like one specific post, I have now at this point, I've got about 60 calls set up over the next 2 weeks.
now let me ask you this. So the law of numbers are absolutely in your favor. Why why are people hesitant? Obviously, because you weren't aware of it. You were referred to by another amazing client of mine, Kathy Whitecotton.
Right, yeah.
And, you know, Kathy was a referral from someone. So it's been kind of like whispered down the lane. Knowing what you know now, if someone really wants to build a network marketing business, how essential is it for them to be on LinkedIn building?
Oh, 100%, absolutely essential. If I was going to counsel someone on how to do it, I would say LinkedIn first, Facebook second, Instagram third, or maybe Instagram second, Facebook third. But definitely LinkedIn. If I'm gonna, where I'm gonna spend my time is on LinkedIn, and where people are intentional, truly intentional, is LinkedIn. And
So,
I have had more people cancel on me from Facebook. You know, they kind of like are tiptoeing, they want to get into it, they back off,
ghosting.
they come back, they back off. Yeah, and then they disappear. And LinkedIn, man, people follow up. They will message you right away. They reach out, they check out your profile. They're business people. You know, they're doing what any good business person does, which is finding out as much as you can about the person you're trying to contact, preparing for an interview, preparing for an opportunity. And 9 times out of 10 in the last 20 calls I had, they already know, not necessarily about the product, but they already know about me, or they know what I'm going to be talking about, or what we might be talking about, and they're just as educated about what they're going to bring to the table with it.
So if you, for someone that has never been on LinkedIn for network marketing purposes and doesn't really know how it works, what is the biggest lesson that you learned from me about LinkedIn that has you most excited about where it's going to go for you?
Oh, the biggest lesson is number one, not to be afraid of it, that you can figure it out. If you figured out Facebook and you figured out how to use your DVR, you can figure out LinkedIn. Um, and that to be authentic, and to not make it just what everybody else posts. I mean, and the biggest lesson is that results happen, period. End of story, results happen. I mean, something I didn't even know about a month ago. Now I'm learning it, and having personal success from it. That's the biggest lesson. That if you pay attention to it, it's like if you build it, they will come. It's gonna
Yeah.
happen.
And one last thing, let's talk about investing into yourself, because obviously you knew the importance of that. You stressed that to me and how serious you were about having this a business. For people that may not know, maybe their upline or their team doesn't condone investing money into things outside of what's going on to learn new things, because um, again, what you and I spoke about was, when you think you know everything, you know nothing. How
Yeah.
important has it been for you, and how important is it for everyone else who hasn't, to make that monetary investment in themselves and their business?
Absolutely. I wish I'd done it sooner. I can't stress enough. It it is it's worth every penny. It's worth the time. And if you're serious about your network marketing, if you're serious about building a business, if you started this year thinking I'm going to do it differently this year, not just my health and my body and my wellness, but I'm going to actually build a business so that I have residual income, so that I can spend more time with my kids, and then I'm not, I'm my own boss. which, wow, who doesn't want that? Then it's worth the money that I'm investing in myself and my own education, just like I have done throughout my life. There's no reason to stop now. And if you have a team that's resisting teaching you new tricks, find them yourself. You got to expand it. You got to expand your business. You want to play with the big dogs. You want to do it. Go for it. There's nothing to stop you.
Well, you said it very beautifully, because when you sign up for a network marketing opportunity, you are your own boss. We all have uplines, we all have downlines, but we still have to focus on ourselves and attract our tribe. Our vibe does attract our tribe, but if you take that simple analogy that I spoke to you about, which is just focusing on bringing one new business partner
One
in,
person.
one
Yep.
that, like, this business, because you teach that one person to focus on one person and one person, it just explodes on its own. So Christine, I just want to thank you for hopping on here
Thank
so
you.
quickly, on short notice, being so
My
authentic and genuine,
pleasure.
and it cannot wait to see your continued success. And guys, in the description of this, Christine has a new cookbook coming out. There's a link to her website where you can get the cookbook. Follow her on Facebook, obviously, but you must connect with her on LinkedIn to see this post that she did. I have never, and I mean, there's 500 million people globally on LinkedIn, and 500,000 of them saw her post. And that is incredible. So Christine, keep doing what you're doing. So proud and
Thank you.
honored to be working with you. And
Thank you.
I will see you next time. Bye, Christine.
All right, great. Thanks, everybody.
So again, you guys could see that I know LinkedIn works, and I have a lot of people that are on here right now that I have worked with, and Christine is just an amazing example of, I mean, literally within 21 days, she's got it. She has almost 50 calls set up. That can't be done on Facebook. And the reason why I stress this to you guys is because everyone deserves to have an amazing downline, to have amazing residual income, to have an amazing tribe around them. So guys, the more that you delay, the more that you wait, the more that you're pushing success to the back burner. So step into your power, step into your success. And again, if anyone would like to learn more about LinkedIn, drop an I do in the chat box below in the comments, and I would love to set up a time to talk to you to tell you more. So guys, have a wonderful rest of your Thursday evenings. Christine, you rock. Thank you so much. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, everybody.